That is that. See, friends. Now there is nothing that we have to do. The whole problem is doing, doing, doing. It is not upma. See, friends. After having told about the senses, who sleeps and where do they go? Now, who is awake? This is said. Pranagnaya eva etasmin pure jagrati garhapatyo hava esho apanaha vyano anvaharya pachanaha yad garhyapatyat praniyate pranayana avaniyaha pranaha. Now here these pancha pranas are explained with the examples of the 5 types of Agni, the fires which are used in the Karma Kanda. Now we are not Karma Kanda and we will never appreciate what is said here. Garhapatya Agni, Ahvaniya Agni. When we know only Agni for lighting the cigarette, beyond that we know nothing. Therefore, what we take it in a simple manner that the Pancha Pranas are awake when one is sleeping. This is the simple thing. And that is why when somebody is sleeping, the breathing continues, the prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, all the physiological faculties are functional. And in this manner, the reply to the question was who remains awake and who is sleeping. So the sense organs of action, they sleep and they go to the mind. And who is awake? The Pancha Pranas are awake, and because of which the body is maintained alive in the deep sleep. After this is said, then the next question was, who is experiencing the dream? See? So, Atra esha devaha swapne mahimanam anubhavati yad drishtam adrishtam anupashyati shrutam shruteviva anushrunoti desha digantarashchaiva pratyanubhutam punah pratyanubhavati drishtam cha shrutam cha anubhutam cha nanubhutam cha satcha sarvam pashyati sarvaha pashyati. Now who is seeing the dream? Atra esha devaha. This Deva, the mind, is Swapne Mahimanam Anubhavati. He is experiencing his own glory in the dream. So, mind is the dreamer, mind is the dream world, and mind is the dream experience. See, friends. Where is Dvaita? Therefore, Atra in this dream, it is the mind, he is experiencing his own glory. Atra esha uparateshu shrutradishu deharakshaye jagrassu pranadi vayushu prak sushupti pratipattehe etasmin antarale eva esha devaha arkarashmivar swatmani samhata shrutradi karana swapne mahimanam विभूति विषय लक्षणम अनेकात्म भाव गमनम अनुभवति प्रतिपद्यते. Now in the dream state, all the faculties are now withdrawn, like the sun withdraws all its rays in the sun setting. In the same manner, all the faculties have gone back in the mind. Now, in that state, where the world gathered through the sense organs is dropped because now sense organs are withdrawn, but there are many impressions collected on the mind because the mind coming in contact with the world through the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, different types of objects, etc. And all those reactions, they are fresh, accumulated on the mind. And then, till the mind goes to deep sleep, antarale, in this in-between state, then what happens? The mind is now seeing and experiencing its own modifications. Another example I'll give you to make this point. That day when this happened, I was so virtually jumped out of my bed. This happened in England. I went to From airport to the place we had to go about 4 hours drive. So after 2.5 hours or so, my friend told me, Swamiji, my mom says, if you don't have objection, take a night rest here. Tomorrow morning we can go to next place. I said, okay, I have no problem. So we went to their house. If you want to see beautiful houses, visit any British house. So neatly maintained. So when I went there, nice bed, table, light, and then book she has kept for me to read. And when before sleeping I was reading the book. After some time, I said, now I am asleep. I said, put the book. And searching for the switch. I couldn't get, where is the switch, where is the switch? So I had to get up and see. When I was looking for the switch, that bright light went into my eyes. Oh God. And somehow I could see the switch off. Then I lied down. When I lied down, that bright light was still seen. Then I opened my eyes. Then the street lights were seen. Then I closed my eyes. Then the impression of the bright light was seen. Then I opened my eyes. Again the street lights were seen. And Eureka, aha! Waking experience is the one which is gained in the presence of the objective world when we peep through the sense organs. And the dream experience is the one is that of the latent impressions on the mind. See? And both of them, waking experiences may be for the waker, but I am someone other than the waker. Because of me, the waker is born. Similarly, the dream experiences are because of me. Because of me, the dreamer is born. But I am totally independent of both the waker and the dreamer. To cognize this reality, what will be required will be, we no more live as Mr. Waker. That's all. Like when we are in a waking state, we no more live as a dreamer. Whatever may be the good or bad experience. See? That day I told you the story. One Guru Maharaj got up in the morning and started crying. When he started crying, all the disciples, Guru Maharaj, why are you crying? I had a very bad dream. So the disciples said, sir, you only taught us dream is an illusion. Why are you crying? No, listen to my dream fully. What is that? I dreamed I am a butterfly. Anyway, it doesn't matter, it was a dream, forget about it. No, let me complete. What is that? My question is, whether your guru was dreaming that he is a butterfly, or the butterfly is dreaming that he is your guru, this is my question. See, friends, waker has become the dreamer, dreamer has become the waker, or there is another independent reality which is playing the role of waker and dreamer depending upon identification with the gross body and the modifications of the mind. Is the man different from the father and the son, or the father has become the son and the son has become the father? See, friends, the same man with the conditioning of the father he becomes a son, and with the conditioning of the son he becomes the father. The father never becomes a son and the son never becomes a father. So this one reality on account of the different conditioning appears to have become many, but it has never become many. See, friends. Therefore, Atresha Devaha Swapne Mahimanam Anubhavati. And what is the experience in the dream for the mind? It is Yad Drushtam Drushtam Anupashyati. Whatever was seen, that again he starts seeing. Whatever was heard, that he again starts hearing. And in this manner, not only this, but also that which is never seen or never known in this life, yet that is seen. Why? Because there are many, many deep impressions in our mind which surface as the time passes. Now what we have to understand is, any impression on the mind give zero value to any experience gathered through mind. Very simple thing. One girl, now she is the mother of one or two children. In Harrow, England, she met me. She used to write me on email regularly. And one day she asked this question. Swamiji, I always dream Hanumanji, and he comes and gives darshan, sometime long time, sometime short, but he never talks anything. What is the meaning of this dream? Because you people told us that it is only an illusion. I said, look here. When you dream that something bad has happened in the dream, do you take that as the illusion? That you take as a real. And when Hanumanji comes, that you want to take as illusion. See our double standard. See, friends. Then I told her, look here. Instead of seeing the actresses and actors and the politicians, if we are able to see God in our dream, it is better. See how simple it is. And then that very clearly tells that a person who is knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously, all the time thinking about God, that alone will come in the dream. And thus our objectivity becomes less poisonous and we become divine oriented. Therefore, when we have the vision of some Mahatmas in our dream, it is a good sign that the purification process has started. And yet, we should not hang on to the dream. Otherwise, next time, since last so many days, once, Bhagwan Shankaracharya came in my dream, after that he never came. Is he angry with me? Yes, he is angry with me. See? Don't get carried away. Let every kind of dream come and go. Stand apart. See, our attention must be on our own self. In this manner, whatever was heard or not heard, all that is seen again and again during the dream period. Now, how long the dream continues? What happens thereafter? See, I do not know, but that is what the doctoral people say, that no dream lasts for more than few moments. In those few moments, one goes through a very long experience of days and months and years together, but it is only for a few moments. So how long and when this dream becomes over, sa yada tejasa abhibhuto bhavati atra esha devaha swapnan na pashyati atha etasmin sharire etat sukham bhavati. Now be at it. When the mind is overpowered by the tejasa abhibhuto bhavati. Sadevo manorupo devo yasmin kale saurena pittakhena tejasa nadishayena sarvatah abhibhuto bhavati. The mind is spread all over, through and through our system, through all the nadis. 72,000 nadis, we already told you. When the mind is spread and it is overpowered by the pitta, according to our Ayurveda, there are 3 dhatu which are responsible for maintaining the body in a proper way. That kapha, pitta and what is that third? Vata. Vata, kapha, pitta. And when these 3 are properly balanced, then we remain healthy. See? That is why, these Ayurvedic people, they never hold your purse, they hold your pulse. The allopathic people, they don't hold your pulse, they hold your purse. And you don't have to tell what is wrong with you. You simply go and sit before him. And he will look at you like, Sakshi Chaitanya. We think this fellow is not asking us what is wrong. See? And then he will say, you have got a Vata and Kapha mixture, therefore I will give you this thing. He will give you something, take it and go. What happened, he will never tell you. See? So, whenever the Pitta becomes overpowering, then the mind goes to sleep. And when the mind goes to sleep, then in this body there is an experience of absolute happiness, because the mind is no more agitated, undisturbed, absorbed mind is consciousness. It is something like this. When you are on the surface of the sea and sitting in a boat, what will be the experience? Because of the waves, the boat will be buffeting, and in that we are sitting, we are buffeting. So we give up the boat, jump into the sea, and then we want to swim. And the waves will keep on tossing us also. And we don't want the tossing. Then what do? We go deep dive in the sea. You don't have to go 1,000 feet. Go only 5 or 10 feet. You go deep 10 feet in the sea, same place where the waves were buffeting us. The moment you go deep in the sea, no waves are there. Then there is only water. But on the surface, in addition to water, there is absence of water. There is a space. Wherever there is a space, there is samsara. And when the mind is quietened, no more thoughts, the thought-free mind is nothing but pure consciousness. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Chittam chicca vijaniyat takara rahitam yada takaro vishayadhyasaha japaragau yathamanau. See, chitta is essentially chit. When takara rahitam yada, when the ta is removed from the chitta, those who know how to write Sanskrit, they know chi, rasva and half ta and full ta. Chit is consciousness, chitta is mind. So when from the chitta the ta is removed, what remains is the pure consciousness. And what is the ta? Ta is vishayadhyasa. Vishayadhyasa means a sense of objectivity. That knowledge from which the sense of objectivity has disappeared, that knowledge even cannot be called a subjective knowledge, because subjective is also in relation to the objective. That absolute conscious reality, that alone remains. Therefore, yada sa tedasa abhibhuto bhavati atra esha devaha swapnam na pashyati. Then the mind is no more seeing the dream because the mind has disappeared. It is no more called as a mind. Like, a man with the wife is called as husband. If the wife dies, is he called as, who is Mr. Gupta? He is Mr. Non-husband. We don't call a man whose wife is lost as a non-husband. Then he is what? He is happy now. See how simple it is. Therefore, friends, so, na sapnan pashyati atha etasmin sharire etat sukham bhavati. Then this is the experience in the body, that there is no misery, disturbances or unhappiness on any account, and in this manner the body is at peace. So in the deep sleep there is an experience of bliss. There is an experience of joy without an experiencer being born. See? Action without a doer waking. Experience without an experiencer dreaming. Joy without an enjoyer, deep sleep, is Paramatma. Where doership, experiencership, and the enjoyership, when this flock of three sheep go, what remains is the absolute reality. See, friends, therefore, etasmin sharire etat sukham bhavati. So in this body alone, all the bliss happens. Now the teacher continues. Sa yatha somya vayansi vaso vruksham sampradishtante evam havai tat sarvam pare atmane sampradishtate. Etasmin kale, that means in the deep sleep, etasmin kale avidya kama karma nibandhanani karya karanani shantani bhavanti. In the deep sleep, both the body and the sense organs and everything becomes absolutely cool, because the Hrudaya Granthi, the knot of the heart which is not, it is avidya kama karma. Non-recognition of one's divinity, avidya. Then because of that, the eruption of desires, kama, and the kama, the desires propelling us into activity, karma. So, in this deep sleep, there is no avidya kama karma, and therefore there is everything is shantani bhavanti, everything is cooled, quietened down. Teshu shanteshu atma swarupo upadhivi anyatha vibhavyamanam advayam ekam shivam shantam bhavati iti evam avastham prithvivyadi avidyakruta matra anupraveshana darshetum drushtantam aha. Now during this deep sleep, what happens? When all the faculties are fully closed and there is no sense of otherness, then one is established in the non-dual absolute reality. The difference between the sleep observed by the yogi according to Patanjali Yoga Darshan and the deep sleep observed by Vedanta according to Prashnopanishad, the basic difference is this. According to Yoga Shastra, what is the sleep? Abhava pratyaya lambana vrittihi nidra. Nidra is that experience where absence is the object of experience. Absence of what? Absence cannot be an object. But Patanjali Maharshi says, Abhava pratyaya lambana vrittihi nidra. When the object is absence, absence of what? Absence of waking and the dream. So the deep sleep is in reference to the waking and the dream according to Yoga Shastra. But what Vedanta tells, in the deep sleep, in the absence of the objectivity and otherness, only the objectless awareness remains, in which there is no sense of otherness, therefore cannot be even referred as the subject. This absolute reality is revealed in the deep sleep. When it is not known, it is called as a deep sleep. When it is recognized, it is called as realization. How simple it is. What will be the experience of a person who has gone deep in the sea can never be imagined and understood by a person who is buffeted by the waves on the surface. He will go on writing thesis, more agitations. See, I have got doctorate, but nobody appreciates it. Doctorate in realization. Alright. So, one example is given here to explain this. Sa yatha somya vayamsi vaso vruksham sampradishtante evam havai tat sarvam pare atmani sampradishtante. So, like the birds, the whole day they run around here and there, fly, and when evening comes, all of them come back to their own tree in their nest. In the same manner, all the birds, all our faculties, sense organs, organs of action, everything, they keep on moving away, going away and away and away from oneself. And when in the deep sleep, like all the birds come back to their own nest on the tree, in the same manner, all these faculties come back and go back to the source called as the absolute conscious blissful reality. And therefore, tat sarvam pare atmani sampratishtante. All of them go back to the absolute reality. How they go back to absolute reality? Pruthivi, Pruthivi, Matra cha, Apascha, Apo, Matra cha, Tejasta, Tejo, Matra cha, Vayuscha, Vayu, Matra cha, Akashascha, Akasha, Matra cha, Chakshuscha, Drashtavyam, cha, Shrotam, Shrotram cha, Shrotavyam, Granam cha, Gratavyam, Rasascha, Rasaitavyam, Tvakcha, Sparshaitavyam, Vakcha, Vaktavyam cha, Hastau, Acha, Adatavyam, Upastam cha, Anandaitavyam cha, Payusta, Visarjaitavyam cha, Padau cha, Gantavyam cha, Manascha, Mantavyam cha, Buddhischa, Bodhavyam cha, Ahankarascha, Ahankartavyam cha, Chittam cha, Chetaitavyam cha, Tejasta, Vidyutaitavyam cha, Pranascha, Vidharaitavyam cha. This is the process of Laya Prakriya, technically called as. So, Prithvi, Prithvi, Matra cha, the Prithvi, the earth and essence of the earth called as the Gandhatan Matra, they go back to the same Paramatma. Then the Apascha, Apo, Matra cha, the waters and the Tanmatra of the water, the Rasa Tanmatra, they go back to the same Paramatma Tattva. In this manner, complete objective world along with the Tanmatras and all the sense organs along with their objects of experience and all the organs of action along with all their activities, the mind along with its thinking, the buddhi along with its concepts, everything ultimately goes back and the jiva also goes back to its own source. When the pot reflecting the moon broke, I was so hurt. My beautiful moon has fallen. Anyway, never mind. Please search where the moon has gone. Can I see the reflection of the moon anywhere? Where can it go? If it is there only, it will go. In the same manner, the jiva, after death, he comes out of the upper end if he is a yogi. If he is a yogi, he comes out of the lower end and goes to the lower world, upper world. These stories are meant for telling us we are someone other than this wretched body. That is the purpose. But we get lost only in going to the hell and heaven. See, friends. Therefore, the purpose must be clearly understood. See, it is something like this. One day I was in somewhere, probably in Hawaii Islands with my friend. And we went to one Chinese hotel. He was ordering something vegetarian if we get. They said, yes, this is vegetarian chicken. Now what can you talk to them? So I said, we find out whether we can eat something or we'll eat fruits. And there was a very big aquarium in that hotel. So as usual, I had my camera, so I was taking pictures and all that and standing there. So after the order and everything, my friend came and asked, Swamiji, what are you seeing? I said, you imagine what I am seeing. He said, you are seeing the fish. I said, wrong. Maybe the movement of the fish. I said, wrong. Maybe the size of the aquarium, wrong. Maybe the decoration inside, I said, wrong. He said, I give up, now you tell. I said, I am looking at the water. Oh God, water, what is there to look at? I said, I am trying to understand what must be the experience of the water when few more fish are added. Will it become a burden for the water? And if all the fish are removed from the water, will the water feel lonely? Arey koi hai nahi. And when The fish are moving in the water. Will it be tickling to the water? See? In the same manner. So many experiences have come and gone. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatra navuyati. How many bodies we have changed? Do we get the experience that we have changed? And yet, we are not recognizing our own being friends. If somebody is sleeping, you can wake him up. If somebody is not sleeping, how can you wake him up? That's how those who are action-oriented, for them Vedanta becomes a torture. But they want to do something, and then go and do this thing, seva, and then do this yoga asana, and I feel active spirituality. Come to recognize your own divine self, and thereafter let the life express through us. Let us become the counters to distribute the divine bliss free of cost. See, friends, then the truth is revealed. Our whole life is a struggle to get happiness. And the struggle for happiness is the most miserable one. On the contrary, express happiness. And we can express happiness only if we are discovered. If I got peanuts in my pocket, I can't distribute chocolates. I have to have the chocolates in my pocket. In the same manner, unless we discover, the word is discover, not gain. Discover means it is already there. It is covered by the wrong notions. So, in this manner, all of them go back to their own source. Esha hi drashta. Now, ataha param nidatma rupam jala surya arkadivat bhoktrutva kartrutva vena iha anupravishtam. Now, who is the one who is, one of the question was, who is experiencing and where does everything go? Now the answer is, Esha hi drashta, sprashta, shrota, grata, rasayita, manta, buddha, karta, vijnanatma, purushaha, sab pare akshare atmane sampratisthate. Be attentive. When the mind goes out of the eyes, it is called as a seer. When the same mind goes out of the ears, it is called as a hearer. In fact, mind is neither the seer nor the hearer, or mind is everything. In the same manner, the absolute self, expressing through the man's body, is called as a man. Expressing through a donkey's body is called as a donkey. But because of that, the consciousness does not become either a masculine human being or a dumb donkey. The differences are in upadhi, in conditioning, not in the absolute. So, Esha hi drashta, in the same manner, this Paramatma alone, who is expressing through the body as a mind or the prana or the jiva, he alone is becoming the seer through the eyes, and sprashta through the skin, shrota through the ears, grata through the nose, and rasayita through the rasana, through the tongue, manta through the mind as the knower, and the contemplative through the mind, and knower through the intellect, doer through the Vijnanamaya kosha. In this manner, in this one absolute reality alone, because of the Panchakosha Upadhi, so many bodies are superimposed. See? With reference to the gross body, I become man. With reference to the Pranamaya kosha, I become hungry and thirsty. With reference to the Manomaya kosha, I become joyful, sorrowful. With reference to Vijnanamaya Kosha, I become successful or failure. With reference to the Anandamaya Kosha, I become happy-go-lucky, but essentially frustrated. See, friends, all that we become as a result of the conditioning is only an illusion. Go deeper in your own experiences. See, in deep sleep, Tatra mata amata bhavati, tatra pita apita bhavati. In the deep sleep, we are neither mother nor father, neither husband nor wife. We are nobody. After we are identified with the body, then we become husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father. And who is miserable? Body is never miserable. It is the husband, father, brother, sister, mother. These secondary eyes are miserable. And our whole life is lived in these illusory personalities called as the husband, wife, brother, sister, and that we take to be real, and there is no way but to suffer. See, friends. Then how do we deal with? Can we become sannyasi like you? No, don't become. Don't take my market. Then only play the role that you have to play. Instead of playing the role and acting, we are reacting every moment. And this reactionary habit is strengthening, concretizing our own personality. That I am husband, I am wife, I am brother, I am sister, and it becomes so strong that we have forgotten. It is something like the gold is hidden behind the names and the forms and the glitter of the ornaments. It is something like the ocean is hidden behind the waves. It is something like the water is hidden behind the oceans. We are seeing Paramatma, but we call it as a world because Nama Rupa, name and form, is given more importance. We are seeing the Paramatma, but we call human beings, animals, plants. We are dealing with Paramatma, but we call somebody as good, somebody as bad. Because our attention is focused only on the differences and not on the common denominator. See, friends. Therefore, all the spiritual practice is adjust your focal length. And when you adjust your focal length, then you come to know that there is but one reality and the multiplicity is only superimposed on the truth. Paramevaksharam pratipadyate sayoha vaitat achayam ashariram alohitam shubhram aksharam vedayate yastu somya sa sarvajnaha sarvo bhavati tadesha shlokaha. So param eva aksharam pratipadyate. He who comes to recognize this reality, he is that reality. Please understand. In case of the objective knowledge gathered through the mind, knowing is not being. But when it comes to the reality, knowing and being are not two. We may have to use the word or a verb that he attains Brahman. It doesn't mean it was not with him or he was not the Brahman. It is the limitation of the language. Therefore, it is said that he is recognizing himself to be achayam. There is neither the jiva, nor the body, nor any activity. Shubhram aksharam, immaculate, undying, uncreated. He is sarvajnaha, sarvo bhavati. He is the knower of everything and he is everything. See, knowing and being is one. It's not something great. Don't we have the same experience in the dream? In the dream, the mind itself becomes the dreamer. In the dream, the mind itself becomes the dream world. In the dream, the mind itself becomes the experience of the dream. So when the mind we handle and can create such a beautiful world, the Paramatma alone is the reality. In this manner, sa sarvajnaha sarvo bhavati. And there is a shloka to substantiate this. Vijnanatma sah devaischa sarvai prana bhutane sampratishtanti yatra tadaksharam vedayate yastu somya sa sarvajnaha sarvameva visheti. So, he who knows Vijnanatma, Jiva, along with the mind, all the sense organs, all the faculties, etc., and where all of them are abiding, that Akshara Tattva, he who comes to recognize, he cannot recognize it objectively. This is one of the biggest obstacles for every intellectual, well-educated person when he starts studying scriptures on his own. Bhagavan Shankaracharya, in his commentary on Mundagopanishad, the mantra is Tad Vijnanatam Gurumeva Vigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. On this mantra, Bhagavan's commentary is Shastrajnaha api Swatantrena Brahmajnana Anveshanam na kuryat. We may be highly educated in our respective field, but when it comes to the Brahmajnana, never take things for granted, because we can read English, we can read literature, because we can read Sanskrit, we can read Upanishad. No. Therefore, Gurumeva Vigacche. One has to learn it from the mouth of the teacher. Then only the truth is revealed. Because when we read, the reading and interpretation depends on our level of ignorance, not level of knowledge. And accordingly, instead of knowing and learning properly, we create more and more confusions in our mind. See, in one place I went, somewhere in Bombay, many years back, when I was very small. I wanted to learn tabla. So when I went there was a board. Those who know already little bit, for them 100 rupees per month. And those who don't know anything, 10 rupees for the whole year. I thought there is some mistake. So I told that teacher, I said, that painter has done some mistake, this cannot be. He said, no, this is not a mistake, this is right. I said, why? He said, those who already know, to make them undo it takes my life. And those who do not know anything, I tell them and they go in one way. One go they can do it. That is why, whenever you go for satsang, don't prepare yourself. Relax. Come empty, go empty. Don't carry anything with you. Because what you will carry will be your own misunderstandings, not understanding. So let that knowledge seep in your system, and a day comes, it becomes Eureka in no time. It just clicks. That is extremely necessary. Therefore, Vijnanatma Saha Devaishcha Agnadivihi Prana Chakshuradayaha Bhutani Prasivyadini Sampratishtanti Pravishanti Yatra Jaspin Akshare Tad Aksharam Vedetu Yastu Somya Priyadarshana Sa Sarvajna Sarvameva Avivishati Ityataha. Therefore, the whole world, objective world, experience world, the experiences of the world and the experiencer of the world, all of them are nothing but the manifestation, like a bubble gum coming out in the form of a bubble and going back in the same manner. This whole world is nothing but Paramatma. Therefore, Saguna Sakar, with form and with attributes, Saguna Nira